focus our attention to start with this trimming of Apple shares. He still's got a lot, okay? He's got more than 900 million. We totally get it. It's not like the Buffett's bailing on Apple in any way. It did sell about 36 million shares. What is this, do you think? Is it just simply portfolio management?
I think that's exactly right, Scott. It's portfolio management. Apple being one of the most liquid stocks in the world on any market, he could have sold a lot more than that if he had wanted to. So this is just, look, the stock's had a great run. He's paring back a little bit, got a lot of cash. What I found kind of surprising is that with that much cash, actually not surprising, but confirming on the value of the market, is that he really hasn't made any big acquisitions. He's always said that he'll only buy his stock if he can't find anything else to buy. So apparently he can't find anything else to buy.
Yeah, which they've been doing, by the way, right? They scooped up a record $9 billion of its own stock in the quarter. So, you know, they continue to buy back a lot of stock. I do wonder, okay, even at the margins, Tiffany, if this is in any way a statement that Apple's ability to outperform going forward is going to be more limited, somewhat more muted, by virtue of the fact that the stock is up 62.5% year to date. You could do portfolio and risk management in a lot of places. He's choosing to do it, at least in one place, being Apple. Is it time for everybody else now to take the same kind of look?
So the quick answer is no. And so I think we have to really just kind of look at things, kind of gain some perspective here. So, you know, Berkshire Hathaway, their main kind of portfolio holds about 12 to 15 stocks. So, you know, it's not going to hold 100 stocks. It's not even going to hold 40 or 50 stocks. So he only has a couple of places to go. Like, that's his strategy, right? Apple is still one of his biggest holdings. And as you said, it's had quite a run. He's just trimming a little bit. I think this is really more of a portfolio construction play. I don't think he has conviction around getting out of Apple, because if he did, it still wouldn't be his highest holding. So, you know, and you know, we were going over show notes this morning. I'm looking at some of the notes comparing Apple's run to other, and Apple's valuation to other companies. Who are you comparing Apple to? Like, there's no other company that is like Apple. It's not apples to apples at all. It's apples to oranges, actually. So no, I don't think this is like an indicator that people should get out of Apple. Absolutely not. But, you know, you should have, depending on how or why you're investing, you probably should have, it makes sense to have a diversified portfolio. So if you have a position in any stock that's had a really, really great run, it might be time to trim a little bit, no matter what it is. But I don't think that this is a message to get out of Apple.
Okay. It's not as though, to continue to play off what you're talking about with apples and oranges, not like Apple has been a lemon in the past. But by virtue of the gain it's had, it has nearly tripled off of its lows of early 2019, which means it was there. Okay? It's had a big run, but it was a lot lower in the early part of 2019. Right? It's not like this stock is completely it's not like it's completely Teflon. Let's not act like, you know, Apple hasn't had issues in the past, at least its stock, for even if it's short periods of time.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, everybody has issues. But I'm looking at, first of all, I'm a long-term investor. I'm not a trader. So I'm looking at having, you know, my convictions around stocks are based on where I think it's going to go. Very fundamental. And I really have conviction around Apple from a fundamental perspective. So there's that. Of course, things are going to go up and down. Of course, there's volatility. And there's so much craziness going on in the world right now. So I expect that. So I also look for dips around names that I have conviction around. So, yeah, but still, I just maintain that, again, you know, if you hold Apple and it's become a larger position because of its run, again, it's not the worst thing in the world to trim a little bit, take some of those gains off, but we're not selling completely out of Apple. Like, that's not the message here.